Nicole, it's Heather. I thought I would take a minute to respond to your discussion board. I think you did a good job. I really liked the questions, the prompts that he gave us this week, because when you read chapters 5 and 6, they really just go well together, and I really like how the book is just easing into each chapter. It kind of does a new concept that builds on the next, and they kind of review it a bit. I think when you're looking at, does correlation, mean causation? I think, when you're first looking at, okay, like a correlational study is, okay, let's almost find a relationship. It then makes people think, okay, like that means one causes, the other, like the example that you give of the study you found is the structural relationship of self-efficacy and self-concept with exam achievement in organic chemistry, best described by a reciprocal causation cross-lagged model. Like you said, this particular research study explores the relationship between self-efficacy and self-concept. You're looking at, okay, is there a relationship, between the two variables? One of the questions at the end of chapter 5 that really helped me out was, it's question 12. It says, why can't correlations be used as a tool to prove a causal relationship between variables rather than just an association? And the Salkind just says, well, correlations are a reflection of how much two variables have in common. I think that's a really good way to put it. Like, okay, let's see how much they have in common, like the ice cream and the crime rate that they talked about in the chapter. I love that you start out with the quote that Salkind asserts that correlations express the association that exists between two or more variables. I think just as researchers, we have to be very careful, of course, with the measurement tools that we're going to use, right? That they have good reliability, validity, that they, have been possibly used on, previous research studies. I think, one of the things from the chapters is just stressing to us, like, hey, if your score is off, like look at the questions on your test, look at the, just the details of the measurement tool and see, if you need to tweak it or see if you need to find something different. What, in qualitative and quantitative, really what a lot of the professors and the classmates were saying was, when you're looking for a test, just kind of Google, like, hey, scale that measures this. And I was particularly surprised, like, okay, there are quite a few tests, that measure, different things. I, as a counselor, I think the one that I use the most is probably, Beck's anxiety inventory and depression inventory. So I think just finding really good instruments, is very helpful. And I think you're totally right with how we're going to interpret the results, how we're going to examine how the associations are interpreted, because I think you're exactly right that misunderstandings can come up. So we want to be very specific with those words to say, hey, one doesn't cause the other. One is just associated and, have, specific things in common. I particularly love these kind of research studies because I feel like I can understand them compared to like ANOVAs and all that kind of stuff. So I hope that you're having a good week. I really enjoyed reading your discussion board. Have a good day. Bye.